My name is Emmanuel Kriwa. I come from Nandi County, Jesume constituency, Kaptel Kamoyu Ward in Nandi County. And I'm a student doing soil advocacy, learning about soils, how to really impact the soil fertility in our area. Today, I'm privileged to take you through my story. My story is about a very successful tree planting, which was done by my community way back in year 2002, 2003, 2004, all the way until 2010, 2011, and 12. The program, the tree planting program, was very successful. We incorporated, I incorporated the whole community, my community. Initially, I started with 41 members, and as time goes, we expanded to 55 households. The story was very successful. We were able to raise, at one season, we were able to raise up to 500 tree seedlings. The species we were raising were mainly exotic trees. We were raising cypress, blue gums, and part of indigenous trees. Although the indigenous trees we were raising in a small proportion. Maybe because by then indigenous trees were not marketable, but we used to plant. We used to use indigenous trees to conserve the wetland. It happened that where we started the project, it is near a swamp. We are living near the swamp, so naturally we are riparians. My community are riparians, and partially normal. Also, we do conservation of wildlife. The animal we are conserving is a very rare species called Sitatunga. Sitatunga is a very rare antelope which is found in our wetland. The name of wetland is called Kingwal wetland. It is in Nandi County. So this wetland is endowed with this species of antelopes called Sitatungas. So we as a community, as my community, we came together. Out of this tree planting program, we were able also to take to bring this community together so that we conserve these animals, because they are very rare, and their numbers are very small. They were hunters used to hunt these Sitatungas. Also, dogs, stray dogs used to hunt these Sitatungas. So we also sat down as a community, and we came with an initiative to protect these Sitatungas and to educate the community that the importance of these animals, so that we can maybe in future, God willing, we shall use it for ecotourism, so that we can raise an income for our community. Every season, we would advise a member. Out of 41 initial members, we would advise each member to plant trees in a woodlot. So we were planting these trees in woodlot. You would sell some trees, but also it was very important. Every circle year, every member was encouraged or were encouraged to plant trees in their farms. This is Kiblolog spring. This is the spring we did with my community. We protected this spring in year 2004. So how this spring was protected was collaboration with Live M1 and my community. So the living one was doing 75% of this of the total cost of this project. My community was doing 25%. We were very successful to protect this spring, and this spring now is being used by my community of 55 households. 55 households is utilizing this spring. This is where my community collect water for drinking, for use, for domestic. So you can see the environment. Our environment, we have conserved the environment. You can see initially there were no tree vegetation. Out of the tree program we started with my community, we are able to protect this spring. You can even see the bamboo. Bamboo, before this project came, there were no bamboo. So out of this project, we brought in bamboo. We started planting bamboo. This is bamboo, and bamboo is a very versatile plant, and it is very suitable in a wetland. You can see how this bamboo is thriving in this wetland, and we plan to expand this bamboo program to cover all of this Kengwan wetland. Where we are, this is the bull. This is the bull where we normally use to water our seedlings. This is the bull. This bull is a permanent water source. It is related to the other spring. After the spring, this is where now we use to water our seedlings. So this bull is a very permanent water source. All seasons you find this water. And maybe to wind up this story on problems we encountered during when you are doing this tree planting. Some of the problems we encountered was that we were able to produce so many seedlings. I hardly told you we were able to produce up to 500 seedlings of tea, of trees and tea. And market initially market was a challenge. Market for these seedlings was a challenge. So this challenge almost discouraged my community from doing tree planting, because we produce so much seedlings that the market could not accommodate. And finally we were able to expand our markets, and finally we were able to overcome the problem. I'm taking my tree seedlings to the market now. I'm taking to the Mosorio for sale. I'm selling each seedling at 10 shillings. These seedlings are 120. So you can get the mathematics. It's around 1200 by the end of the day. Thank you. Hi, border. So the focus members, where I am is this is a fish pond. This fish pond, we when we started the tree planting program, this is one of the benefits which was brought by Level 2, the program, and they came out with this program. We made this fish pond. There were 2 fish ponds, but so far we are now able to to maintain this one. You see this form, this pond is 30 by 10 meters, and initially we had placed 1500 fingerlings of fish. The type of fish which we had raised here is the Nile tilapia. We are planning to harvest the 4th time, and we normally harvest a table size fish, tilapia. So these are one of the projects. These are one of the projects which came some of the successes of the tree planting we did and with my community. So this fish pond is being owned by this community. We normally harvest this fish twice a year. Where I am, you can see I'm also a farmer for arrowroots. I plant arrowroots. These arrowroots are very good in conserving soil. I found out I'm using these arrowroots. I plant them at the bottom of my tea farm so that it can protect soil erosion. So these arrowroots are also a very good food, organic food. I use no fertilizers. I just plant. After 4, 5, 6 months, I harvested them. These are crested cranes foraging. Crested cranes foraging at Sanyak. Where I am is my tea farm. As I told you earlier, out of that successful tree planting, we were able to raise seedlings for tea, and the plan was out of 50 members. We started with 41 members, and then we increased our numbers to 55 members. So we sat down. We said we want to plant also tea. Besides tree planting, we were doing tea. We were doing tea planting. So the plan was each member was to plant 1 acre of tea. So this is members. You can see this one. This is now my tea farm, 1 acre of tea farm, and I want to demonstrate to you. Maybe for my members who are in Makueni, Kitui, the people, the Kena Kiusha, Jals, Kena Mutuku. I'm briefly showing you how to black tea. This tea is a cash crop, and what you normally, they say you normally black 2 leaves and a bud. So you see, this is 2 leaves and a bud. So you black that one. You black that one. So that one now is 2 leaves and a bud. So when I'm very good at blacking. I'm a good tea blacker. I know how to black tea. So I can black tea. I can black tea up to 50 kilos in a day. So I'm also a good tea blacker. I black up to 50 kilos in a day, and 50 kilos in a day is money. You sell them retail price 20 shillings per kilo. So you see 20 shillings times 50. I'm able to make 1,000 shillings. So you see, so tea is actually a cash crop in Kenya. We plant them in Nandi. They thrive so well in Nandi, maybe because of a lot of rain. When you come together as a community, you make a lot of impact. You register a group. You start looking for partners automatically come. For the case of my members, my colleagues who are in Makueni, who are in Kitui, tree planting is a way actually of eradicating poverty. Our logo for this program, we had written that conservation of environment is directly eradication of the poverty. We were able to eradicate poverty out of this tree planting. Before we started this program, our life was actually in a desperate situation. We not even we had no decent houses. But after this, out of this program, we were able to build good houses. We are able to put electricity in our houses. We are able to take our kids to good schools. So tree program actually is a way, is actually an entry point. It's a way actually how to eradicate poverty, how to uplift the standard of living, how to uplift the livelihoods of our communities. So I would advise my members, my border soil advocacy members, strongly advise you from my experience. You can start your own tree planting in a small way. You don't have to start in a big way. Start in a small way. As you grow, you plant trees in a small way. You can start with 500 trees. Every year you expand, you plant, and you start planting trees in your compound. To wind up my story, Peace Up members, this story has taken us into a very long, successful journey. One thing I should note, which is actually we just come out of this project, that we've been actually very successful in calculating the knowledge of tree planting to the young generation, in a way that the young people now are able to do tree planting at their own volition. You can see we've raised a generation of environmentalists, where the young people are now going on the tree planting spree, which is actually very successful. Every young man in this area, in this locality, this community, is a tree planter, is an avid tree planter, and also to note, not to forget also the satellite groups. We've been able to spread the satellite groups of tree planting in the whole location, in the whole world of Kaptelgamoyo, in a way that we've been able to plant successfully over 2 million trees in a span of over 10 years. I am Emmanuel Kirwa. I am from Nandi County, Chesume constituency, Kaptelgamoyo ward. That is my story, Peace Up members. Thank you and welcome.